In the skies of Onigashima, Yamato started cheering on Momonosuke to keep fighting to make Homuragumo, but Momonosuke claims that is easier said than done. He then thinks back to his house, which has been destroyed. When his mother Kozuki Toki told him to escape to the future and rebuild the Oden family 20 years in the future, Momo admits she feels that she can't unless her mother and little sister Hyori accompany her. But Kinemon reminded him that in Wano Land is a place of shame that must be paid with life. When a woman declares her resolve, so as men, we can't argue with that. Momo then replied that he was still a child. But Kinemon said, with Oden who is dead, if Momo isn't a child anymore. With tears in his eyes, Kinemon begged for Momonosuke to give him another chance to fight rather than burn to death in this place. Although forced, Momonosuke agreed to leave his mother, along with their followers. At this moment, Momonosuke regained his faith, and states that he will have no face to meet his mother if he gives up now, and continue to try to stop the island. Moments then back to the roof to be exact. Kaido comments about how Luffy can hold a thunderbolt in his hand, and it is an unreasonable ability. Then Luffy uses his new technique, which is called Gamu Gomo no Thunder, and throws lightning at Kaido. Kaido then avoided him and hit him with his Hasekai. With Kaido's punch, he sent Luffy flying, and he saw Luffy taking his lightning again and swinging it towards Kaido with the legs inflated before Luffy can use his other moves. Kaido then dodged and hit Luffy on the head, whereupon he states that in the end, strong devil fruit powers are not enough to conquer the seas. Revealed that Gol D. Roger himself does not have the power of a devil fruit, yet he can still be the pirate king. Luffy was pushed to the ground and reflected back. And when he tries to run away, Kaido shouts that to conquer the ocean, the one thing that really matters is hockey. Kaido then hit him with Daitoku Rami Hake, which injures Luffy fatally. But Luffy doesn't give up, and his hand still caught Kaido and began to drag him into the sky. Kaido, who tries to let go of Luffy's hand when he turns into a full dragon form and tried to cut Luffy with Tatsumaki Kaifu. Here Kaido admits that with Luffy's late whitening power, he is still weak against lashes. Luffy can be seen in his Gear 5 form groaning in pain. While it's going on, the people in the Flower Capital watched the sky lanterns. They float into the air in the hope that their wishes will reach heaven. With the festival coming to an end, they know that tomorrow they will return to being slaves again. Kaido then attacks Luffy with Bolligers so that he could take it off, while demanding Luffy to come downstairs. The Onigashima Castle, while fires continued to burn in parts of the island, Hyogoro seemed to know that the island was about to fall, which he said was because Kaido was on the edge. He asked everyone what result they wanted. If Luffy defeats Kaido, it will cause this island to fall and potentially kill everyone, or Kaido wins and saves everyone's life. The samurai immediately say they are fine with dying as long as the innocent live on, and they support Luffy to fight without worrying about their safety. Some Biz pirates replied that they all probably died, but Hyogoro didn't mind. Back to the roof of Onigashima, Luffy shouted and told Momonosuke, "Hey Momo, I will end everything here. Onigashima is in my way, move it from here. I believe you." As he expands his hand back to a very large size covered in hockey to finish off Kaido with one punch. Luffy and Kaido's fight finally reaches the top, where Luffy uses the strongest moment of his Gear 5, namely a stance that makes his hand become as big as a giant, about the same size as Onigashima, and he immediately ordered Momonosuke to get rid of Onigashima from Luffy's presence. Hear that! Momonosuke tells Luffy that he can't get rid of Onigashima that easily, and think that it is impossible, but looks flashback. Momonosuke remembers his family's memories and forces him to keep trying. until finally he gored Onigashima and hoped to get rid of him. Immediately, on the other, the final class fight between Kaido and Luffy is about to happen, with the goal of Luffy being in front of Kaido's eyes. Then he said, if 20 years ago the heroes of this country burned to death, and since then the country of Wano has become a land without law, the arrival of Luffy and the others made them the most anticipated heroes. 20 years ago, Kaido blatantly accepted Luffy's challenge, and also he is about to do it directly. Then he starts to cover himself with fire, a movement called the Kendako, or the giant torch of the fire dragon, with fire covering Kaido's body. It caused Luffy to let go of his hand because of the heat. But Kaido said that he would not run away, because he was sure that Luffy would not be able to destroy it with his fists, unless want to burn until it melts. Kaido saw a moment where Kaido and Luffy were both ready with their attack. Kaido with Soryo-Ken Hake, while Luffy uses the Gamu Gamu Badrung Gun, while remembering when Yugoro taught him Heiyosho Kurohaki last level. And in the end, the two attacks collided with each other. Inside the castle, Usopp tries to prevent Kinemon and Kikunoyo from drowning, and the other samurai cheer for Luffy to beat Kaido. And Kawamatsu said that unless Kaido is defeated, the war and their long nightmare will not end. He thought about when he and the others had fled the flower capital after Odin was killed, and Orochi shouted bomb. They will definitely come back to Kuri to protect Momonosuke. Then Kaido, who said that he would get rid of Momonosuke himself. As a result, several loyal samurai were knocked down by Kaido, and Pool's castle was finally burned down. Kozuki Toki was declared dead in Bakura town, and no one else was found, which causes Orochi to believe that the Kozuki bloodline is finally over. After that, Orochi and Kaido faced the remaining daimyo to see who they supported, and they all quickly took up arms to fight back, saying that they refuse to recognize a shogun who is not Odin and will avenge him. Sadly, they don't have a chance to fight Kaido, and because of that, none of them can overthrow Orochi, who continues to enjoy torturing his people. Their actions would lead to several samurai being imprisoned and forced to work as slaves by pirates. Factories pollute the water and eventually kills all the plants. Even so, some samurai didn't believe in Toki's words. Orochi will later start feeding the people in Ebisu Town with the wrong smile fruit to make them only able to smile and laugh, even when they are really sad, which he thinks is the right fate for all of them. Returns to the current time setting. Orochi, who is still on fire, tries to attack Hiyori, but Denjiro suddenly appears in time and chops Orochi's head in half. The last of Orochi's head was finally severed, and end that psychopathic shogunate once and for all. Strangely, one of the wishes written on the Sky Lantern is please make Orochi disappear, while others please release us from this hell, where the last hope will still be fought for and realized by Luffy, with the clash of Soryu-Ken Hake against Gamu Gamu no Badrung Gun.